All right, let's get right into it. Have you ever had that feeling where you lose, say, a $20 bill, and it just wrecks your day? But then, if you find 20 bucks, it's just kind of like, oh cool, and you move on. Well, there's a reason for that. We're going to explore a hidden mental glitch, a kind of secret operating system in your brain that's pulling the strings on nearly every decision you make, from your wallet to your well-being. So to really see this thing in action, I want you to play along with me. I'm going to throw a couple of choices your way. There are no right or wrong answers here. Just go with what your gut tells you. You ready?
Okay, here's scenario 1. Imagine I'm offering you a choice. Option A, I hand you 240 bucks. Right now, guaranteed, it is yours. Or there's option B. You take a gamble. You get a 25% shot at winning $1,000, but there's a 75% chance you walk away with absolutely nothing. What's your pick? The sure thing or the long shot?
Okay, so if you went with A, you are in good company. That's what the vast majority of people do. I mean, it just feels safer, right? A bird in the hand and all that? You lock in the win. Why risk it?
All right, hold that thought. Now for round 2. This one's a little different. We're going to flip the script entirely. Imagine you're in a tough spot where you have to lose money. So option C is you accept a guaranteed painful loss of $750. Ouch. Or there's option D, you take a risk. There's a 75% chance you'll lose the full $1,000, but there's that 25% sliver of hope that you lose nothing at all. So what do you do here?
And this is where it gets super weird, because faced with a loss, most of us suddenly change our tune completely. We pick D. We roll the dice. All of a sudden, that risky gamble looks pretty darn good when the other option is a definite painful loss.
So wait a minute, did you see what just happened? When it came to gaining money, we played it safe. But when it was about losing money, we suddenly turned into gamblers. What is going on here? It's a total contradiction, and that right there is the big mystery we are going to solve today.
The answer, it turns out, is this really powerful and frankly totally irrational force that's built right into our mental software. It's a hidden driver for our behavior, and it has a name. And that name is loss aversion. This groundbreaking idea comes from two giants in psychology, Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky. The concept itself is actually pretty simple, but its implications are huge. It just means that the pain of losing something feels way, way more powerful than the pleasure of gaining that exact same thing.
They put it so perfectly that it's become famous. Losses loom larger than gains. Just let that sink in for a second. It's like losses cast this big, dark shadow in our minds that gains just don't. And that simple phrase explains so much about why we do the weird things we do with money.
And we're not talking about a small difference here either. Research has actually put a number on it. The psychological wallop of a loss is about twice as strong as the good feeling you get from an equal gain. That is exactly why losing 20 bucks can ruin your afternoon, but finding 20 bucks is just a nice little, oh hey, cool moment.
Okay, so you might be thinking, this is all about gambles and money problems. But no, no, no. This thing goes way deeper. It actually infects how we feel about literally everything we own.
And that leads to this other weird quirk called the endowment effect. The idea is, as soon as you own something, you immediately start to overvalue it. Why? Because giving it up feels like a loss. You know, think about that old coffee mug you have. You probably wouldn't pay $5 for it in a store, but if someone offered you $5 for it, you might be like, no way, this is my mug. That's the endowment effect in action. Check out this quick puzzle. Two guys, Mr. Brown and Mr. Smith, both get robbed by a hitchhiker they picked up. Now, Mr. Smith picks up hitchhikers all the time, but Mr. Brown, he never does. He just decided to do it that one day. Now, who do you think feels more regret? Almost everyone says Mr. Brown. The reason is fascinating. The loss feels so much more painful because he broke his routine. He strayed from the default, his status quo, and that makes the regret just brutal. So think about this. If we're so terrified of losses, that means we can be manipulated, right? It's not just about the facts themselves, but all about how those facts are phrased, how they're framed for us.
Here's a famous real-world example. Imagine you need surgery. The doctor could tell you, hey, this procedure has a 90% one-month survival rate. Sounds pretty good. Or the doctor could say there's a 10% mortality rate in the first month. Now, logically, those two sentences mean the exact same thing, but emotionally, they feel like night and day.
And get this, the results are just wow. When doctors frame it as a 90% survival rate, 84% of patients go for it. But when they frame it as a 10% mortality rate, only half, just 50%, agree to the surgery.
It is the exact same surgery, with the exact same odds. But just by using the word mortality, a word that signals loss, the decision completely flips for a huge number of people. That is the power of framing.
Okay, so this is all a bit scary, right? It feels like we're just puppets of this irrational bias. So the big question is, what can we do about it? Can we fight back? Can we make better, more rational choices? Yes, and it all comes down to shifting our perspective.
You see, most of the time, we get trapped in what's called narrow framing. We look at every single choice as this unique, high-stakes, isolated event. And that's when our emotions and our fear of loss take over. The antidote is something called broad framing. It's about taking a step back, thinking more like a statistician, and coming up with a consistent rule, a policy, for how you handle these kinds of decisions.
So, what does a broad frame risk policy look like? It's basically a simple checklist you run through. When you're facing a decent gamble, you ask yourself, 1. Is this just one of many similar gambles I'll face? 2. If I lose, is it going to bankrupt me? Is this a truly catastrophic loss? And 3. Are the odds a complete long shot? If the gamble is one of many, the loss won't crush you, and the odds are reasonable, then a broad frame policy says you should probably take it, every single time.
Want a perfect, practical example of this in action? Here it is. Never buy an extended warranty. Think about it. Extended warranties are pure loss aversion marketing. They prey on your fear of your new TV or toaster breaking. But the potential loss is something you can easily absorb. If you adopt the broad frame policy of always saying no, over your lifetime, the money you save will almost certainly be way more than what you'd spend replacing the 1 or 2 things that actually break. It's a simple, powerful rule that helps you beat the bias. And that really leaves you with one big question to think about. What other small, fear-based decisions are you making every day that are actually costing you big in the long run?